Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing some stories in my 6x8 album. I have a 6x8 album that I designate for storytelling that happens in our family, and that way they're kind of just longer formatted journaling, and the size is just very easy to do with 4x6 and 3x4 configurations. For today, the first layout, we are using products from the Cocoa Daisy kit, and then we will move into using probably Elle Studio layout. I just want to use some of the cards and such, and maybe a story using Ali Edwards. So we'll have like 3 brands of stories going on. Let me zoom in a little bit so that you can see. So I have everything pulled on my desk, and I have auditioned everything. So it's really just putting it all together and decorating the cards. That way I have a quick story about winter. So here we are going with, because I loved this card. And don't get me wrong, I also love the bag. This was along with the sentiment on it. But I love this one for the journaling. And we are telling a story about last Christmas. So, you know, being on a design team, you get products ahead of time. So it's not technically Christmas or December yet, but in order to show you how you can use your products efficiently and get the most of it, I can always pull from last year's photos and have stories to tell once again, because you know, something maybe I forget, or even if my journaling is reflective at this point, that is also okay, because why not? That is also good. So as you can see, I've chosen a 4x6 and then 2 3x4s. When I'm using my collections from Cocoa Daisy, Elle Studio, and even when I'm looking at my story kits or even the stories by the month from Ali Edwards, my formula in my head, unless I'm doing a full page photo, is always a journaling card, a pattern card, and a sentiment card. That way, in that configuration, I can always, you know, use the variety in the collection. So my sentiment card is something big that has, you know, words on it. A quote could be my sentiment card. My pattern card that I just has a filler, but that, you know, for me, at least working with kits, the greens are already matching. I just like this little die cut, and we'll embellish it a little bit. And then this one is acting as my journaling card. Sometimes the 3x4, this will be a journaling card, and this could be the sentiment, you know, and that could work too. And then I would have to find another pattern card. You've seen me do that formula as well. But for the sake of this example, I always go for a journaling, a pattern / you know, anything decorative pattern, and a sentiment. That's usually the formula that I go with. And you can see I've picked a picture. This one was actually when we visited Santa last year. This one was my daughter's school recital when they sung all their Christmas songs together, and this one is Christmas morning. You can see also in my formula here, at least these are the things that I take a look at, is I make sure I'm included. There's a solo of my daughter, and then that daddy's included. Of course, I could have done it all Valentina, or of course I could have done, you know, all of me. But even when I do layouts like this, I always try to include all the family members so that we can see each other, you know, throughout the thing, so that you're not flipping through my album, you know, and saying, you know, where's the story with where's the picture of dad, is where I stay conscious with my memory keeping too, because he is a member of this family, and you know, the only people I'm missing are the dogs. But for the sake of this project, this works good. So let's get to decorating and moving on to the next projects. Okay, so let's get decorating these cards and sentiment cards and even the photos. You know, I just said I like to embellish the photos as well, especially when I'm doing, I always say this too, like when I'm doing design team work. I think I always like to over embellish just so that, A, I use the product, B, I don't have too much sitting in my stash, and C, giving you motivation or inspiration in essence on how to use your product. As you see right now, I was just using the stamp and a repeat stamp. There's like almost like a definition of December, and then I use December memories in the little like label plate on the decorative one. And going in now with chipboard from the collection as well. This one is called Cedar and Snow, and it is the one for December. The next one coming out, you will be seeing shortly, or I think I already posted it, is called Nordic Nights for January. I like that Cocoa Daisy releases it ahead of time for those to get prepared for what they want to order in their collections. The rub-ons, just so that you know, do work on photo paper. That was always a nice little accidental surprise and learning that they work on photo paper. So don't be shy and not reach for your rub-ons to put on photos, because they do work. But do keep in mind that they act like they are on transparent paper. So if you have something dark or too dark in the back, it will blend in. They are not like a cardstock sticker. They're washi, so just keep that in mind when you're decorating. Finishing off with some of the enamel dots for these, and then I think that really calls it a wrap for that one. I always do my journaling off camera on clear sticker paper. That way I can get as many journaling options on one print off of an 8x10 piece of sticker paper, so I don't waste anything. So I usually, do 3, 4, 5 projects and do text boxes and then print off my paper. So for this one, so we're going to use the one with the facts and feelings right there. This is Ali Edward Products. I paired it with a photo from Milton. So Milton was a hurricane that hit us in the beginning of October. We are fine. The neighborhood behind us is not, because we did get those unusual tornadoes hitting like the West Palm Beach area. I live in Royal Palm Beach, actually, which is just more west. Right, west. I live more inland, and the inland portion of Florida got hit. I believe it was like 6 or 8 tornadoes. Never have we ever had a tornado. So there's global warming for you. The drastic weather changes is a real thing, and truly it was in our backyard. And if it came straight, our house would have been in its path, but it was going to the right, and so we got lucky, knock on wood, for that. So for this one, I am taking an Ali Edwards awesome alpha stamp. It's a tall, slender sans serif font, and spelling out Milton really big, which stays on ink. Stays on is important when you're working on a slick surface. My stamping is not perfect. That is kind of the glorious part about being a stamper on photo paper. It's not meant to be, and it's not meant to be perfect. So it is a little bit how do you say it, like grungy. It skips in some areas, and that's okay. Like I said, I don't go for that, but I'm spelling out the big word Milton, and then I have this other alpha that has a thinner font, or the thinner leg of the font style. I believe that one is from Heidi Swapp, so I'm using a Heidi Swapp and an Ali Edwards one. This is the glorious part about purchasing alphas from time to time from different brands, that sometimes they can work together and complement each other, and we all like a title that has different font styles. Anyway, at least I am in that genre where, like, heck it, we can throw 6 or 7 in a font or a quote. Well, let's do that. So I just stamped out "Go Away Milton." This was truly like the only photo I took, because that whole day was nerve-wracking for me, at least, trying to keep the dogs and Vale, blissfully unaware of what was happening around us and outside with the creaky house. So it was all rainbows and gumdrops and sugar candy, in the house, and playing Barbies, while I tried to remain calm on the outside and keep my little ones all calm on the inside too. So yeah, and the hurricane hit us like through the night, and I swear Miguel stayed up till like 5 a.m. to make sure that our house was still standing, because it was creaking and rattling. The wind was crazy. It was through the night. I probably was up till like midnight or so, and luckily the dog slept through the night and Valentina slept through the night. So for everything that it was, and we were off for like the entire week. So we may not get snow. We don't have winter and snow days and stuff, but we have hurricane weeks where they just want to keep as many people off the road as possible, due to hurricanes and the kind of hysteria that goes with them. But I've been down here for 20 years. They scare me, but they don't scare me. Like, I'm just like, okay, it's another rainstorm. Que sera, sera. I hate to say it that way, but yeah, that's how I handle it. So next we're going on another full page photo, and then doing it with a 4 3x4 pocket cards. These elements that you see first are all from Elle Studio. I am a subscriber to their kit as well, and I do enjoy their bright, bold, not to say primary colors, but just bright, bold colors that they use. They are always going to be colorful. I don't even know. I don't think I ever really had like a neutral color palette. They are going to come with color, and for that is why I love them. So here I am cutting out a wonky heart from just a pattern paper that is in like a Merlot burgundy color. It has a small pattern on it. Placing it with an element that I punched out, because they have like the
kind of embellishment punch outs that perforated, and doing a little cluster there on that photo. And then with my other cards, the one that has the little white strip on the bottom, I will stamp out like a sentiment. Like I say, I always want a sentiment, and I'm doing, what did I do? I stamp out gourd vibes only. Get it? Gourd, good. Yeah. We were at a like pumpkin patch / like fall festival that had a petting zoo and everything. We went with the grandma, which is my mom, and it was really fun. Valentina had a ball. You know, we walked around, we took pictures. They had a lot of different stops, kind of like a tour through their whole petting zoo / farm / property that they had decorated to the gill for the holidays, and it was really enjoyable. So the colors worked well with our photos too. I was wearing an orange shirt. My mom's wearing an orange shirt. You know, this whole pumpkin vibe, pumpkin photos. It all worked. I'm doing a few embellishments with some stars on my pages, especially on the photos, just to give them a little something. And then once again, on the outro, you'll see that all my journaling is on clear sticker paper, matte clear sticker paper too. That is I usually use MACO. Sometimes they fluctuate in their prices, but a go-to all the time is also Avery clear sticker paper. Matte is always good too. And so all of these are going in my 6x8 album for the family. And I got 3 layouts done. That's great.
Okay, so I finished up these 3 layouts. I kind of finished and put them away, and now I have to bring them back out to show you how they've ended up being. So we have this one for Cocoa Daisy, using Cocoa Daisy. I did some extra stamping on that card right there. My journaling is typically on clear sticker paper. Embellish this card up too with some more stamping, and I always embellish the cards. So that one was complete. Then I did the one about the hurricane. And honestly, this was like the only picture that I took during that time. So facts and feelings, I just went into like how we were feeling and how close the tornadoes were to us at the time, us living in like West Palm Beach area, and how I'm feeling. And again, clear sticker paper. And the stamping isn't perfect. It's irregular, but actually I kind of like it when it's irregular. I'm not a great stamper, and that's kind of the beauty of playing with your supplies, right? So it's not perfect. If you're looking for perfection, this is not the hobby for you, you know. Finish it off with a chipboard piece, and that one was great. And then we finished this one. So I did a cluster. I cut out a wonky heart from a pattern paper card, added the word gather. This is from an old Heidi Swap collection. Yeah, these Heidi Swap collection, old in my stash. Worked out perfectly because a little sloth guy, so like that whole little area was negative space, but you wanted to see him still. So that was perfect. Stamped out, I think I showed the gourd vibes only. This is a stamp from them. It's like the typewriter one from Elle Studio. So all of this stuff was Elle Studio. Once again, journaling on clear sticker paper, and just added a few stars, a little embellishment. So all 3 of those came together rather quickly, which is fantastic always. That's what I mean about liking this project to stay current. This was something I had to do in between it. So usually I'm able to stay together, but like right here, I have like a little bit of a gap. I will go in and fill a story in here for sure, just because that's how I like to be. And then this one I have to finish, and then this one would be a gap too. Other than that, everything is filled in the front. But this one is coming together, so I will be having, what number am I up to? This is number 5. I have to make the plate. So it's almost done, and then we'll get a flip through. So thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Give this video a thumbs up. It always helps. And until next time, everyone, bye.